time now to invite the master himself, who is going to teach you how to change your handwriting, how to match your handwriting with the most successful people in the world. Are you ready? Then remember, as usual, when I invite him, there has to be a lot of love. There has to be a lot of energy. Say thank you, say I love you to him when he comes on video. Are you ready? Awesome. I'm going to unmute all of you first. And here we go. Calling in Imran sir.
Welcome,
Let's go,
Imran
Imran sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome,
Love you, Imran sir.
Welcome.
Ram sir, welcome.
You learn something
Welcome,
new.
sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You, sir.
Welcome, Imran sir.
Love you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Again, thank you so much, Imran, for coming in every Wednesday, giving so much love, so much wisdom to everybody. Especially today's topic is our absolute favorite. How and why are so successful people in the world have something in their handwriting, hidden frequency that we can also learn and maybe even adopt it in our handwriting. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Miteji, and congratulations for all the amazing sharings. It's truly inspiring. Every time I attend DMP, it's such an amazing way of inspiring. So thank you for taking so many massive actions and creating such massive results, each one of you. So we're going to be
Thank you,
very
Imran.
laser
I'm
sharp.
going to quickly first make you host so
Yes.
that you could also have your recording on your side as well. Yes, here we go.
Perfect. I got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miteji. So congratulations for all the amazing results you have been creating. And we're going to be having a laser sharp session today. So just to give you a little background, my core specialization is I'm a handwriting analyst. So what does a handwriting analyst do? So handwriting analyst ka job ye hota hai ki if I look into your handwriting, not only the way you write your letters, your numbers, the way you sign, everything which you put on the paper can be decoded by me. And when I decode, I analyze more than 128 things about you. I don't predict, I don't decode your past, but I help you to create the best of future you want to have for your own self. So my core specialization is if I look into your handwriting, I know so much more about you. When I say so much more, it's just the not information which is general in nature, but I have classified that information into concrete aspects of our existence. Number one, if I look into your handwriting, I can find out the process of your decision making. I can find out what are your fears and defenses, how you learn any new thing, what are things which comes to you naturally and effortlessly. So ये सब चीजें मालूम होती हैं. तो आज का सेशन का agenda very simple. I am here to share with you something which is fundamental. So all of us, to become doctors, what do we study? We study medicine to become doctors. So if you have to become engineer, what are you studying? You're studying engineering. So the question is, what do you do if you want to become successful? What do you do if you have to become successful? The answer is very simple. Study successful people. Remember that? Study successful people. And Miteji says a very beautiful thing. He says, you know what? Don't learn from your mistakes, learn from the master's mistakes. Are you with me on that? It's a very beautiful and a very intellectual way of actually doing it. Like, don't study, don't learn from your own mistakes, learn from the mistakes of the masters. There are so many people who have already done that, created that. All that you have to do is focus on it. Are you with me on that? So today I want to share with you, whenever I talk about handwriting, people always think about, Imran, okay, what you're saying is write this way, it's a ye faida hoga. But the question is, why do you need to really write it? And what are the benefits out of it? But today, what I'm going to show you is, I want to introduce you to people who did not do my program, who did not practice graphotherapy, but they have all these things naturally in their handwriting. How many of you like to know that? So I'm going to show you some of the characteristics which I want you all to develop. And I'll also show you how this has been working on other people's life and how you can also create the same success. Ready for it, everybody? Give me a big yes if you're ready for it. Thank you. So pick up a pen and paper and get started with me. So the first thing which is going to be shared with you today is we're going to be talking about success secrets of the rich and the happy. I basically do this session as a paid program, but now as part of the community of Miteji, I'm here to share this beautiful insight with all of you. So let's do that right now. Everybody on your screen right now. So what are we learning for today is a very beautiful conversation around success and the successful people. So the first thing which is important for you to all understand is that success leaves clues. Throughout history, some of the most accomplished individuals, visionary leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, and pioneers have had certain traits in their handwriting. Everybody, write down this word traits. What is traits? Traits is your behavior which has become your identity. And as a handwriting analyst, when I analyze your handwriting, I'm not analyzing your feelings and moods. I'm analyzing your traits, your behavior, which has become your identity. So what does the definition says here? Have had certain traits in their handwriting. These traits aren't just coincidences. They reveal patterns of confidence, determination, leadership, and creativity. So today I'm going to be unfolding all these insights in front of you. So in fact, I have a laser sharp session today, and I'm going to be talking to you 5 traits of successful people. Everybody give me 5. 5 traits of successful people. Number 1, one of the important aspects which you need to really understand about yourself and the people and the in the world around you is that nothing can be ever achieved without low self-esteem. You need to have high self-esteem. What is self-esteem? The way you look at yourself. What is your self-image? The way you think about your own self. The concept, the self-image you have developed around you. You need to have high self-esteem. Say this with me, please, because if I say it, it means something. If you say it, it means everything. So say it with me. High self-esteem. High self-esteem means it's a beautiful combination of self-respect. Everybody raise your right hand. And left hand is self-respect. So when self-confidence and self-respect come together, it gives you high self-esteem. Nothing in this world can be ever achieved if you don't have high self-esteem. Many of us, either you lack confidence or you lack self-respect. How do I evaluate this is, how many times you need a push for you to do things. Imran, I do good only when somebody pushes me to do it. And after they push you, you go, you do it, and you come back and say, yeah, thank you. If you have not pushed me, I would have never taken that step. And many of us always need push. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Everybody talking, Imran, you're talking about me because मुझे हमेशा एक मोटिवेशन की जरूरत होती है, हमेशा मुझे एक पुश की जरूरत होती है. कभी कभार प्रॉब्लम आना चाहिए तभी मैं एक्शन लेती हूँ. Like sometimes the health has to get bad, then only I start working on it. Otherwise, I'm not going to take action. That's one thing. Second thing is, many of us have low self-respect. What is self-respect? Is that you feel little less about your own self. And you always have this constant complaint that people are not valuing your insight. In the meeting, you go unnoticed. In a high profile meeting, you're not even speaking up. So many times you have this internal conversation that you're not important. And how do you bring this about in handwriting? So remember, my favorite letter in handwriting is the letter T, because this letter T, one letter can tell more than 27 things about you. अगर मैं आपका एक लेटर देख लूं, I can identify more than 27 behavioral things about you. So what is high self-esteem? और इसको कैसे लिखना चाहिए? So when I show you this on the paper, the way you need to write this is, whenever you write your letter T, from here on, always make sure you put your T bar exactly on the top. For example, have you seen the way I wrote the letter T here? The way you wrote the T here. So that means to say that it is on the bar here. Can you see here? It is on the top of the stem. Yeah, it should look like a capital T. Don't worry, you're not writing any academic exams, so don't worry about it. So whenever you write your T bar should always be on the top. And इससे क्या होगा? इससे आपका self-esteem बढ़ेगा. What it will increase is your self-esteem. And you need this for your success. Now the question is, Imran, why should I write like this? First of all, it is not just writing a particular letter. It is about the way your fingers are moving onto the paper. So earlier, your finger movement was only limited till here. Now I'm asking you to do this here. So can you see that it is this way to write? Put your T bar on the top. Now the question is, Imran, why should I do this? If you're really looking at studying successful people, I want to show you some of the amazing, discoveries, and you'll be blown away with this discovery. I'm presenting in front of you handwriting sample of Ratan Tata. And I'm not talking about Ratan Tata, what you know right now. Somebody who is successful, somebody who created a amazing example of philanthropy, somebody who gave away his wealth towards contribution toward the nation. No, I'm talking about Ratan Tata in the year 1996. Look at this year. And that time, his handwriting was like this. Everybody, how many of you are able to see every time he wrote his letter T, the T was on the top? I want to confess something. No, Ratan Tata did not attend my program. I did not teach him high self-esteem. I did not teach him graphotherapy. This is his natural self. Remember what is the agenda for today's session? The agenda is studying successful people. And this is what we are looking at. Look at the level of self-esteem Ratan Tata had in his, and look at the consistency. Can you see that here? Every time you see the T bar is on the top. How many of you are there? Now, will you at least practice this? Because if he can write and create success, are you all with me? You can create it on yourself. How many of you promise me that, yes, Imran, I will start writing it from today because I want to have a mindset like that. The mindset of, do you know that Tata has developed a concept where our life is incomplete without the products in our home? Starting from the switch you use to the geysers, to the refrigerators, to the ACs, to the cars, anything and everything, they are all over. Are you with me on that? So how many of you want to have a mindset of abundance? Imran, I want to create a product. Like remember, Mitesh ji has this amazing, vision that law of attraction should be a household conversation. And all of you can actually create that. Yeah, including clothing, right? Including clothing. Yeah, Kiran, pay attention towards where the T bar is on the top. Okay, don't find faults with Dr. Ratan Ta's handwriting. Can you see that? You need to train your eyes to look at what you need. Are you all with me on that? Yeah, you don't have to bisect. No, we are not even going to get on to his relationship equation of his life. See, every person comes with certain aspects. You pick up what you want. Are you all with me on that? You pick up what you want. You don't necessarily have to, duplicate everything what Ratan Tata did, but maybe he had his own way of looking at life. So this is how every handwriting talks about it. And by the way, it is not just one person's validation. It is not just one person's validation. In fact, if you are part of my community, we have something called as resources. And as part of the resources book, we actually have, are you all with me on that? We actually have all the successful people and their handwriting as part of it. So it's not just a coincidence that only one person wrote it. Maybe I think it's a fluke. And now look at this, everybody on your screen right now. This is a handwriting of a person who we all grew up watching and laughing. Are you all with me on that? And this is his handwriting. And you don't even want to know how old his writing is. And look at all the places the letter T is. Are you still going to sit there and say, Imran, it is a capital T, that's why I'm not going to write? Okay, as long as you don't have any exam to write tomorrow, can you please put your T bar on the top? Are you with me on that? Can you please put your T bar on the top? So the idea is, remember in NLP, Mitesh talks about mirroring, how patterns picking up from the people can actually change the way we look at every aspect of your life. So ladies and gentlemen, this is high self-esteem. And I want to tell you something about Charlie Chaplin. And I wanted you to know this. There's a story behind what he did to become what he is today. When Charlie Chaplin entered Hollywood, producers pressured him to follow conventional acting norms. Instead, he stuck to his unique tramp persona, proving his self belief and ultimately redefining comedy and silent cinema. How many of you know there's so many numerous Bollywood movies inspired by him? After years of exile, Chaplin returned to the Hollywood to receive an honorary Oscar. And everybody note this. The 12-minute standing ovation proved his legacy was untouchable. Do you know that Oscars may, whenever they do a thank you speech, it can't be going with particular seconds. After that, they start playing music. And in the most prestigious awards, he got 12-minute standing ovation, which is a record by itself. How many of you have ideas? How many of you have, aspirations which you want to take decisions and action towards, but you lack the self-esteem? Type in me on the chat box. My idea is not about talking about successful people. My idea is to talk the person who is in his way, on his way to become successful. And what you need is a mindset. And the best way to reprogram your mindset is to reprogram your subconscious mind using the power of handwriting. And this is the first element. So, how many of you are committed towards practicing self-esteem? Imran, I am going to put my self-esteem on the top. So, everybody, all the people who are waiting to create success, put your T bar on the top. Maybe you're just close to the success. Maybe you're just that last button which you need to press. Maybe this is your T. All that you need to do is just click on it, make it happen, and write it. And how do you practice writing is, how many of you write affirmations every day? You're right. You were reading affirmations during the DMP. So every time you write your affirmations, make your affirmations power affirmations by including graphotherapy in this. We call this process as graphotherapy, where you change your handwriting in a systematic way to influence your subconscious mind. Now, are you ready for the second one? Everybody give me two. Imran, yes, I'm ready for the second success trait. No, not everybody's giving me two. Come on, everybody. Yeah, some of you busy writing T bars. Oh, good. So the second thing which you need to really focus on is, do you know the best quality of any leader is to be an amazing communicator? How many of you agree with me on that? If you know how to, thank you, Manoj, thank you, Kumar, thank you, Pankaj, thank you, everybody who's actively participating. Shamji, good to see you there. Ashwini ji there. So every time, if you have an ability to communicate, when I say communication, it's not public speaking. It's not about going up on the stage only. It's about, if Diksha has a proposal and if she's able to propose that proposal in the best of words in the right way, that is a leadership quality. If Snehal has an idea and she wants to propose this idea and generate funds for her company, so she should be a good communicator. And to be an author, to be a trainer, to be a coach, you need to have an amazing speaking ability. And how do you develop speaking ability is that you need to have good fluidity of thoughts. Write down this word, everybody. You need to have good fluidity of thoughts. What do you mean by fluidity of thoughts, Imran? Fluidity of thought means you have the ability of starting a conversation and moving from one conversation to another with ease, effortlessly. Like how many of you have seen Mitesh ji when he's speaking, he is effortless when he's talking. There's no script, there's no paper in his hand, there is no PPT. He is on fire. Like he knows. And how many of you remember that you might have shared sometime? He will come back to the same sharing when you did. He will come back to the pattern which you shared around it, and he will talk about the story around it. And every session you attend, you're already always inspired about what he's saying. How many of you like to have that power in your life? Can you see that there are 1,000 people attending, DMP, not just on Zoom, there are another 1,000 people on the YouTube. But the idea is you're able to captivate everybody's attention. You're able to choreograph this beautifully that everybody's doing what is supposed to be done. This is a power of fluidity of thoughts. And if you're really aspiring to be a trainer and coach, this is one factor you need to have. How do you see this in somebody's handwriting? I'm going to show you that on the screen right now. Fluidity of thoughts is identified with some of the letters. For the first time, I'm sharing this. Whenever you write letters, in your letters, especially letter S, F, and G, you will have a 8 formation. You will have a 8 formation. So let me help you to understand what is the 8 formation on the other screen right now. I'm showing you what is the 8 formation. So ideally, you might have written your F like this. Everybody on your screen right now? Maybe like this, maybe like this, or maybe like this. But what we are looking for is, whenever you write your F, the F should look like a numerical 8. Like this. How does it look like numerical 8? Look at this. This is my F, which looks like a 8. How many of you are able to see this is the 8 formation in the F? Whenever I write my S, okay, I'm writing my S as a numerical 8. How many of you are able to see that? So every time you write any letter, specifically F, S, and G, the G which you write, it should look like a 8 formation. These are the people who have fluidity of thoughts. If you have it in your handwriting, type in, yes, Imran, I have it. And if you don't have it in your handwriting, this is your homework. You need to develop this. And those of you have it, that means you naturally have this conversational ability. But if you don't have it, you need to practice it. So let me show you some of the amazing people who have this. Rabindranath Tagore on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the person who gave us our national anthem, the first Indian to get a Nobel Prize in the literature category, and he has a legacy in his own name. Rabindranath Tagore, deep love for writing began early, and by the age of 8, he composed his first poem. His passion for literature only grew, leading him to write extensively in Bengali, English, and shaping modern Indian literature. Tagore's literacy genius was evident when he wrote Janagana Mana, which later became India's national anthem. When Tagore won the Nobel Prize for Gitanjali, he became the first non-European to receive the honor. And everybody, look at the 8 formations in his handwriting. How many of you are able to see that? Even if you're able to see it in one letter, maybe S, maybe G, maybe F, it's still valid. Okay, it's still valid. So how many of you have 8 formation? Raise your hand. Yes, Imran, I have 8 formations. Very good. Yeah, Sapna is very happy. Imran, I have it. Yeah, Disha is very happy. Anju is very happy. Who else? Keep your hand up. Let me read out your names. Kumar Pawan is very happy. Shalinji is very happy. Yeah, one of the qualities of leaders is थोड़ी energy होनी चाहिए. हाथ उठाएं तो पकड़ के रखें. No, can you some enthusiasm, please? Amrit ji there. Yeah, Anju there. Priyanka, Snehal, and Jagpreet, Shweta. Thank you. Thank you, Swapan. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you can keep your hands down. Thanks. Yeah, leaders are supposed to be inspiring, energy, full of excitement. कहाँ हैं सब लोग? Yeah, thank you. So now let's go to the next aspect. And by the way, this is not just only one person. I have many more people like that, but I have picked up one person who I'm really, really inspired. And this is Shaheed Bhagat Singh ji. Everybody, look at his 8 formation. Look at the word spiritual. Look at the word evaluation, social. How many of you are able to see 8 formation in social? So this is Shaheed Bhagat Singh ji. We have tremendous stories about, how he fought and how he worked towards it. And there's a huge history around that. How many of you know what I'm talking about? How many of you know what I'm talking about? I have a very, interesting story to share about Shaheed Bhagat Singh ji. Are you all with me on that? Yeah. Vishal, I have covered this in the previous Wednesday sessions. So I'm sure you're new to the family. So there are too many conversations. Please go back to the YouTube channel and watch about the science behind handwriting analysis. You'll have your mind blown. Okay. But right now, let's continue here. Thank you so much. So, koi baat nahi, Anirban, it's a good start. The interesting story about Shaheed Bhagat Singh ji is very early in my career. I'm talking about the early 90s. By the way, those of you who don't know, I have been practicing this science for past 19 years of my life. And very early in my career as a handwriting analyst, how many of you know Midday newspaper? Midday newspaper is a phenomena in Mumbai, and I don't know about Pune, but yeah, it's a phenomena. It's a midday newspaper. It's a short tabloid style of it. So Midday newspaper reached out to me and they said, Imran, we have a handwriting sample with us. We want you to analyze and give us a little detailed understanding about this person. So they did not tell me whose handwriting is it. They did not give me any background. So they gave me a handwriting sample and I did a detailed analysis. I showed where I see what, and I sent it to them. 2 weeks later, the report of mine gets published in the Midday newspaper on the occasion of Independence Day. And that handwriting turns out to be Shaheed Bhagat Singh ji's handwriting. And after publishing, they tell me the reason I did not tell you the name of this person whose handwriting you're analyzing, because, we thought you'll get influenced, or because he's like that, you will write your analysis. हमने आपको बताया नहीं. It was a stranger handwriting. I analyzed it. And then they did a comparative study. What the biography says about him, what the stories and the books talks about him, what his actual personality is. It was so beautifully matching. Are you with me on that? So that's why, Shaheed Bhagat Singh ji's handwriting gave me a huge scope. Like nationally, I got recognition as a handwriting analyst, especially because I analyzed somebody's handwriting without knowing that person. And it turned out to be exactly what we know about that person. So it's always very special. So I always look up to, every time I have this sample in front of me, there's a smile on my face because it gave me a national recognition and I was part of Midday newspaper. And after that, Midday sent me so many handwriting samples of famous people, and I kept on doing it for quite some time of my life. Okay. So this is about Shahid Bhagat Singh Ji's handwriting. So are you ready for the third thing which makes you a successful person and how you can attribute? Everybody give me three. Thank you. So the third thing, which is the success quality, is how many of you need this in your life? And that is called determination. What do you mean by determination is standing by what you believe is correct. So many of us have a lot of ideas, but you don't have enough determination to take action and work towards it. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Many of you have not yet launched your healing business. Many of you have not committed to become platinums. Many of you have not committed towards taking some massive stake because you lack determination. And how do you identify determination in somebody's handwriting? Like, you need to really have a lot of determination to have that, right? One of the best examples, if remember when the bulb was introduced and invented. So there was Thomas Alva Edison was asked, can you tell us how this bulb works? And Thomas Alva Edison's answer was, I don't know what makes the bulb glow, but I can tell you the 1,000 things which does not make the bulb glow. Are you with me on that? So that means to say that out of lot of determination to get it right, so many failures, so many breakdowns, he eventually got that bulb right. My question to you is that, do you have that at least 2% of what determination what Thomas Alva Edison had? We don't have it. You do it once. Now you make a call, nobody buys it, you give up. You do one webinar, nobody joins, you stop doing it. You ask somebody to, undergo healing with you and he said no, and you stop doing it. Can you see that we are not determined enough? That's why you're not hungry enough to create that success. That's why the success is not coming to you. Everybody type in G on the chat box, that is guilty. Yes, Imran, I do that. I give up very soon and give up on myself very soon. Give up on myself very soon. So all these people are as an example for all of us. And by the way, they're not new people. They're been there, done that, and left a legacy around it. In fact, I want to tell you this. I don't know how many of you have read this story about Thomas Alva Edison. There was a fire in his lab, and the fire was so huge that everything was burned into ashes. And all his subordinates came to see the entire building has burned down, ashes and everything, and everybody's worried. So many years of research, so many patents, so many things, everything is into ashes. What do we do? What do we do? And you know how the Thomas Alva Edison's respond was? He said, all our mistakes are burned. It's time to start all over again. Are you with me on that? All our mistakes are burned down. It's time to start all over again. So that's the level of determination you have. Many of us as human beings, it's natural too, but how many of you know that one failure, you get shaken up? One bad review, you get shaken up. One breakdown, you think life has come to a standstill. And next time when you have that, give yourself one small tapu and get up and work towards your determination. How do you see determination in somebody's handwriting is, whenever you write your Y or a G or a Z, make sure there's one straight back. So let me explain you that. Whenever you write your handwriting next time, there are two ways. I'm sorry. There are two ways of writing it, especially all the lower zone letters, the letters Y, the letters G, the letters Y, or even Z. So next time, whenever you write these letters, you see this line, make sure this line is very straight. Many of us have a bad habit of writing your Y's curved like this. Many of you have Y's incomplete like this. So either you keep it straight line like this, or you make sure this line is straight and there's a loop also, but this line has to be straight like your back. So this is determination. And I want to tell you, there are so many people. In fact, I can bombard you with successful people's handwriting, but I have picked up only few for today so that you have a clear understanding of it. This is Muhammad Ali. How many of you know Muhammad Ali? Everybody do the boxing style. This is Muhammad Ali. He's known for his determination. Like वो बोलते हैं ना, एक चीज को उन्होंने ठान लिया, तो no matter what, he went on to accomplish that. So Muhammad Ali belongs to an era of boxing where it was a testing time. Look at his Y's, look at his G's. Everybody, see one straight line going down. See how straight that line is. Look at the level of determination you see in his handwriting. You see this here? You see this there? So this is Muhammad Ali's, handwriting. His determination was evident from the start. In 1964, when the world dismissed him as an underdog, someone not expected to be successful, he trained relentlessly and shocked everyone by defeating Sonny Liston to become the youngest heavyweight champion. His determination extended beyond the ring when in 1967 he refused to be drafted into the Vietnam War, knowing it could cost him his career and title. He still stood by it. And that's why determination, ladies and gentlemen. Determination. How many of you like to have, Imran, even a percentage of that will work for me? Even a small percentage of it will work for me. The idea about taking successful people in different domains, did you realize I took a person from business, I took a person from literature background, sports background. Now let me take you to the person with a spiritual backing. Are you all with me on that? The one person who I'm truly inspired to. In fact, none of my webinars is complete without mentioning this person's name. And this person's name is Swami Vivekananda. How many of you know Swami Vivekananda? Right? There's no doubt, as Indians, we don't know about him, right? Now, one of the things I amazingly follow about Swami Vivekananda is this. He said, identify one thing which you're really good at. What did he say? Identify one thing which you're really good at and invest all your life onto it. It will not be short of any legacy. The problem with our life is that we try to do so many things. We want to do this also, we want to do that also, we want to be there also, we want to be here also. Now, he said very simple, pick up one thing which you're really good at, invest your life onto it, and you'll create a legacy out of it. How many of you want to have a legacy? You know what is a legacy? Even without you being on this planet Earth, your work continues. Even after you long go away, your name still persists. Like we're still talking about Swami Vivekananda. We're still talking about Muhammad Ali. We're still talking about Ratan Tata. No more he's there. Can you see that's the legacy we need to create? Otherwise, you come and you go unnoticed, insignificant. So type in legacy on the chat box. How many of you want to create a legacy? हाथ तो उठाइए, हाथ तो उठाइए, शुरुआत वहां से तो कीजिए. या सोते सोते लेगेसी नहीं बनती, हाथ उठाने से बनती है. Yeah, first step is at least attendance. Yes, sir. Because you don't know where the God is saying, when the God is saying Tatastu, right? So be present. What if you just missed out? हाथ नहीं उठाया यार. That's how missed out. हाथ नहीं उठाया. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, लिखने से पहले हाथ उठाना important है. लिखाई बाद में होगी, पहले हाथ उठेगा, right? So, yeah. Sapnan हाथ छोड़ दिया. Sapnan दोनों हाथ उठाए like though. Thank you so much. I appreciate. I appreciate. So Swami Vivekananda, look at his handwriting, everybody. Look at his Y's. Beautiful. See this here? All my handwriting analyst students, look at this. Can you see? It starts from being a loner to going to determination, the longer one. Such a beautiful writing. Look at how amazing, how self-expressed these people were. He wandered across India facing hardships, yet remained steadfast in his quest for spiritual knowledge. His true test came in 1893 at the Parliament of the World's Religions in Chicago, where he arrived without money or contacts. Despite these challenges, he captivated the audience with his powerful speech. His determination to uplift India led him to tirelessly work for the poor. Everybody, write down this. 1893, the Parliament of World Religion. Go read that debate. Go read that speech. I tell you, he spoke so many years back, but every word of his is still relevant. How many of you follow his work? I'm sure, thank you. Vijayji, I saw your hand going up. Shankar, I saw your hand going up. Snehal, I saw your hand going up. That's beautiful. Manojji, beautiful. Sapnan, Hitendra, very good, beautiful. No doubt you're here. No doubt you're here. Because you're your enrichedness towards spirituality is so high that you're here. I'm glad. Thank you, Debashri. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Put your hand down there. Thanks. Thank you. So this is about determination. And I invite you all to consider Imran, thoda sa determination chahiye. Thoda sa determination chahiye. Because determination is basically, खुद ही को बुलंद करो इतना. Are you with me on that? You need to actually move towards that. That's the important aspect towards. One of the other successful trait is to have the ability. And you know what? One of the best abilities of being successful is to have attention to details. Every successful person either is amazing with numbers, amazing with his attention to details. That means वो कहीं पे भी जाएंगे, किसी से भी बात करेंगे, उतना attention strong रहेगा उनका कि they will remember everything. And I want each one of you to develop the presence of mind. Write down everybody. All of you who keep complaining, Imran, my memory is not good, my attention span is less, my focusing ability is bad, you need to do this in your handwriting. This is called attention to details. Every time you write your handwriting, next time, every time you write something, make sure you develop something called as attention to details. Attention to details means shown by I and J dots that are picture perfect and are close to the stem. So let me explain you what do I mean by this. Everybody on your screen right now, next time, whenever you write the letter I, whenever you write the letter I, whenever you write the letter J, this is what I want you to do. See here on your screen right now. If this is your stem, the dot should be a dot. When you write your J, this should be a dot. Many of you look into your handwriting, your dot is not a dot. Your dot has a tail. Your dot is a slash. Your dot is a jab. So can you see that none of your I is a dot? So a disturbed mind cannot pay attention. See, it's like this. Your mind should be like a water which is still. And if you have a water which is waving, a lot of ripples into it, can you see your reflection? Are you all with me on that? Can you see your reflection? You can't see your reflection because there's so much of ripples happening. So how do you develop that? Next time when you write, put a dot. Not a jab like this. It has to be a dot like this. And all famous people have this. Let me just go back to the same handwriting samples which we talked about. Rabindranath Tagore, in his handwriting, it's a dot. Ratan Tata, in his handwriting, it's a dot. See here, it's a dot. And it is closer to the stem. And look into your handwriting. Some of you, your I dot, your stem is in one place, the I dot is in another place. If the stem is in Mumbai, the I dot is in Pune. Are you with me on that? So you're so distracted. And why do I say this distracted is because it's like this. Like today you want to do this. Tomorrow morning, new goal, new plan, new game. And at home, people also like, भाई तू कल हीलर बनने वाला था, आज बोल रहा है कि किताब लिखेगा, परसों बोल रहा है कि मैं बिजनेसमैन बनेगा, मैं बोल रहा मैं फ्रेंचाइज करना क्या चाहते हो तुम? Are you with me on that? No, you're so distracted. One of my coaches said this. This is called shiny object syndrome. What do you mean by shiny object syndrome? Anything which shines, you think it is yours. Anything which is working, somebody made a lot of money by doing this, oh, mere ko wahi karna hai. No, not everything is made for everybody. That's why clarity is power. Write down this, everybody. What is power? Clarity is power. I want to tell you something about me. I don't know, how much will this inspire me? 19 years of my life, all I know is handwriting analysis. मुझे इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं आता. Nothing I know other than handwriting. And why do I do this? Is because, see, this is my core specialization. Today, anybody talks about handwriting, they know one person's name. Are you all on that? No. When I started my career, people came and told me, Imran, you should do this also. You should also teach this. You should teach body language. You should do all that. I will only do this. So you need to stick around what you believe in so much that it will become your introduction. Are you with me on that? Now, there was a time I was introducing this science. Now, the times I get introduced because I represent that science. Make sense, everybody? Can you earn that credibility for yourself? Can you work towards that goal? That what you do, that's your introduction. Like that's how it is. Like that's the idea about it. So let's work towards the I dots. Are you all with me on that? Yeah, I know some of you are right now very sad. Imran, I'm going to have a sleepless night today because आपने इतने सारी चीजें बताई, मेरी handwriting में कुछ नहीं है. See, the idea, Shenaz ji is smiling. Yeah, thank you, Purba. Thank you for the smile. Yeah, the idea is not to pull you down. The idea is to awaken that there's so much more you can work and you can start today. Are you with me on that? Okay, I'm not here to pull your self-esteem down. I'm here to tell you that there's so much more you can work towards it. And I do conduct programs where I handhold you. So what we have done is we have created an army of facilitators. So if you join our program, especially all the platinum members, I want to tell you the good news is you have access to my program as part of the platinum. So you should say thank you to Mitesh. And those of you not in platinum, you are welcome to attend my masterclass tomorrow, understand more about what I do, and then sign up for the program. And when you join me, my senior master practitioners, they will come handhold and support you in writing every single day one specific letter, one power letter, which will help you to go closer to your goal. And that's a beautiful way of doing it. And all of you who are healers, this is one program which you need to do because there's a lot of work which you can do as a healer using graphotherapy, and you can create massive results in your clients. So this is about the thing. So let me talk about the next important thing. Hey, are you all with me on that? Or is it enough for today? Enough for today? More? Oh, okay. So let's do more. So the handwriting of Ratan Tata, can you see there is I dots there? So the next thing, which is important for all of us to understand and have in your handwriting is called as healthy ego. And this is also called as, are you with me on that? This is also called as positive ego. Okay. What is healthy ego? I know the moment I say the word healthy ego, the idea about the word ego itself is it's negative. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Because हमें पहले से समझाया गया है कि अहम अच्छी चीज नहीं होती है and ego is not good. I get that. But sometimes healthy ego is important. Are you with me on that? The healthy ego is important. Like remember in blood cells, we also have white cells, we also have red cells. So there should be a balance of it. So similarly, the ego should also have a balance equation. What is healthy ego? How many of you have this habit? गलती आपकी हो या ना हो, sorry पहले आप बोल देते हैं. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Right? Somebody is in need of money. You don't want to give it, but you're the first person to say sorry to that person. Like, so you need to have a little bit of assertiveness, and it is only possible if you have the positive ego. Are you with me on that? Or this is called as the healthy ego. So why is it so important and why it is needed is because if you want to be an author, if you want to be a coach, if you want to be a trainer, you should have an ego which says, I have something which can add value to people's life. I have an information which can help people to reach where they want to reach. And that's why I'm writing the book. And my book can actually help people. My training program can actually help people. But many of you have a mindset, कौन पढ़ेगा मेरी किताब? Okay, मैं लिख तो दूंगा, कौन खरीदेगा? क्या फायदा होगा? Somebody who needs it. इतने सारी किताबें हैं, कौन मेरी किताब खरीदेगा? अगर आपका mindset ऐसा है, congratulations, आप कभी भी author नहीं बनेंगे. Are you with me on that? Because if you're not having that assertiveness that, okay, this is my space. Okay, this is my identity. I'm going to work towards it. So if you're not going to be holding that proud of being who you are, then nobody is going to help you out of it. Are you with me on that? Simple language में बताऊं. You need to learn अपने आप का ढिंडोरा पीटना. Are you with me on that? So you need to learn to beat your own drums. Whose drums is it? Your drums. Who needs to beat it? You will. Nobody else will come and beat the drum because everybody is very busy in pulling you down. How many of you know what I'm talking about? So you better start talking about your own self. Everybody, drums. Yeah, you're going to beat your own drums. Really? Some of you very sad. Imran, ये भी मेरे को करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, आपको ही करना पड़ेगा. इतना करो कि नेक्स्ट टाइम आपको नहीं करना पड़े. ओके इतना करो कि नेक्स्ट टाइम आपको करना ना पड़े. तो एवरीबॉडी लेट्स बीट द ड्रम्स. एवरीबॉडी ड्रम्स. मुस्कुराइए तो सही. आपकी तारीफ करनी है भाई. अपने आप के बारे में बात करना है, दूसरों के बारे में नहीं. Yeah, some of you, before you become successful, I think you should learn how to smile. Because with this face, trust me, success नहीं आएगा, डर के भाग जाएगा. Right? ये बहुत परेशान है यार. Because even success likes happy faces. So many a times success in the morning looks at like, ये बंदा बहुत sad लग रहा है. Like मेरे कुछ के पास नहीं जाना. Are you with me on that? Yeah. This person looks happy. I want to be with him. So maybe the success is looking at evaluating you. So can you do that? Can you please smile everybody right now? Oh, do you know it happens? Yeah, it's flexible. Yeah, it's not fixed. Very good. Yeah, it's a muscle works. Thank you. So healthy ego को कैसे प्रैक्टिस करेंगे? अगर आपका सिग्नेचर है या आपकी कोई हैंडराइटिंग है, तो उसमें एक बेसिक रूल होना चाहिए. आपका जो पहला लेटर है वो कैपिटल लेटर होना चाहिए. सो द फर्स्ट लेटर इन योर सिग्नेचर शुड बी कैपिटल लेटर. And not only capital letter, it should be at least 4 times bigger than the rest of the letters. How many of you are able to see that in Ratan Tata's signature? See, it's so simple. You can read it and you can understand it. So this is Ratan Tata's signature. This is Ratan Tata's signature. So how do you do this? Everybody on your screen right now, I'm writing and showing it to you. I always use this as an example of my own signature. So if I'm writing my own signature, the first letter is capital, and this is 4 times bigger than the rest of the things I'm going to be writing. Can you see this here? So capital and 4 times bigger. So this will give you healthy ego. This will give you that enough credibility to talk about your own self and create the energy. Are you with me on that? Yeah. So Sangeeta says, how I write my name is so long. Sangeeta ji, nobody is complaining other than you that your name is too big. So next time somebody files an FIR, Sangeeta, she takes away too much of space on the paper. Somebody please take care of it. Then we will talk about it. So the problem is, Sangeeta, you think that is too long. Are you all with me on that? अगर आपका बैंक बैलेंस में नंबर्स इतने लंबे हैं तो आपको बुरा लगेगा संगीता जी? नहीं, तब बुरा नहीं लगेगा. तब मेरे को लाइक, कैन यू सी दैट देयर? इट्स ऑल अबाउट इमोशंस. इट्स ऑल अबाउट द इमोशंस. श्री लक्ष्मी सेज, इमरान व्हाट अबाउट द बैंक रिकॉर्ड्स? श्री लक्ष्मी, पहले पैसे कमा लेते हैं, बाद में बैंक की टेंशन लेते हैं. आर यू विथ मी ऑन दैट? या पैसे आने से पहले परेशान नहीं होते. परेशानी देखेंगे पैसा नहीं आएगा. आर यू विथ मी ऑन दैट? Don't worry, I'm there. No, I'll help you with your money. I will tell you what to do with the money. I'll tell you what to tell you the bank. टेंशन नहीं लेने का. आज सिर्फ पैसा कमाने का. ओके, सक्सेस क्रिएट करने का. आर यू विथ मी ऑन दैट? बाद में वो सब करेंगे. ओके, सो डोंट हेजिटेट. हैव यू सीन अमिताभ बच्चन्स नेम इज सो बिग? तो श्री लक्ष्मी जी, संगीता जी, उन्होंने कोई छोटा कर लिया अपने नाम को? नहीं. वो जितने लंबे हैं उनका नाम भी उतना लंबा है, और उनकी सक्सेस भी उतनी लंबी है. तो आपको क्या चाहिए? छोटा नाम चाहिए, छोटा सक्सेस चाहिए, छोटा बैंक अकाउंट चाहिए, या नाउ अदर पीपल आर फीलिंग बैड नाउ. मेरा नाम बहुत छोटा है, मेरी फैमिली में सिर्फ मेरा नाम ऋतु लिखा. लाइक विश दे कुड हैव गिवन मी ऋतु लक्ष्मी कुमार सरस्वती. लाइक oh, such a big name. Are you with me on that? Finally Steny smiled. Okay, mission accomplished. I was just waiting. I decided when Steny is going to smile, I'll conclude my session. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say bye because Steny smiled. The entire session I was waiting. Some of you did not even smile the entire day. I don't know why you're so stressed. I don't know why you're so stressed. No, अभी हम signature की बात कर रहे हैं, शाबाश भाई. अभी हम signature की बात कर रहे हैं. Thank you. I know you have a lot of questions, so don't worry about it. I'm not going anywhere. So the idea is, the deal is very good. You get to meet me every Wednesday, whether you like it or not. Are you okay with that? And every Wednesday, I'm going to come back and give you little snippets. But if you want to learn this in a very systematic way, if you want to learn this in a very, very, systematic and there is a beautiful process to this. Attend my masterclass. The link is on the chat box. If you already attended it, and if you have not yet signed up, please let us know what is that which we can do from our side so that you can have this science in your life. It only takes a weekend. You don't need too much of a time. And the only 3 things I need for you to do my program. Everybody, number 1, every morning you should be having enough time to write 1 page of graphotherapy. So if you have that time, you're welcome to do my program. Number 2, you don't have to attend learning sessions with me. I do most of my sessions on weekend, but even if you don't want to attend the weekend, you can watch my sessions on the recording and you can still learn this science. But all I need is 1 weekend from you. It is doable. And number 3, you don't need to do anything. You will have one person personally helping you. And if you can communicate using WhatsApp, you can do my program. Are you with me on that? So 3 things. 10 minutes of one page every day you should be able to write. Number 2, you should know how to use a smartphone and WhatsApp, because you will take pictures of what you have written and send it to my facilitator. And number 3 is you should have enough data to watch recorded programs or attend Zoom sessions. Simple thing. 3 चीजें हैं सबके पास. हाँ, बस इतना चाहिए. And you can always do my program. Simple है. Are you all with me on that? हाँ, चौथी चीज है, बहुत हम लोग बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट है उसके बारे में. You should be a smiling person. No, we don't work with sad people. I want to tell you very seriously about it. Like, one of the biggest criteria is that if you're not like Shyam ji, yeah, ऐसी smile होनी चाहिए. Shyam ji जैसी smile होनी चाहिए. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can talk more about it, but right now the idea was fun and learn together. So the idea is me and Miteji, Indraji, everybody is committed towards making you win. That's our personal agenda. And win with any possible program. Maybe this handwriting analysis, maybe the platinum, maybe. So the idea is whatever it takes for you to make a win in your life. Is it okay for you if we're all also committed towards it? So keep exploring, see what works for you and make it work. And we look forward to hear success stories from you. And next time when I talk about famous and successful people, I want to name you. So let's work towards it. So till the time, take care of yourself. God bless you all. Blessed night. Thank you so much for your patience, listening and learning with me. Blessed night, everybody. Blessed night. Vandana says, tell the letter to smile. Letter नहीं, muscles की जरूरत है smile करने के लिए. Devika, there's no personal coaching in Platinum also. It's a program. You're welcome to join. As Mitesh talks about, it's one-to-many program. It's not a personal coaching. Not a personal coaching. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Blessed night, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Blessed night. Is there any secret to join Fast Platinum? Yes, the secret is to create massive success for your own self. Take massive action, create success. Thank you, Shankar. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the love. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bhuvan. Thank you, Sapnil. Yes, Shweta, just start one thing at a time, dear. Just start one thing at a time. Thank you, Hitendra. Thank you, Siddhesh. Thank you, everybody. Bless night.